Alright, my last run of this charcoal burner that you now see in pieces over here was pretty good, except that we had smoke leakage in the house. So I went to the hardware store, and of course I bought duct tape, which I'm not going to use on this. What I did buy that's useful is a putty knife and furnace cement for $4. So I'm going to seal up these joints and see if that'll work better. And I'm going to burn the bag. Alright. Here I am trying to build up good borders to nest the cans together so that when this stuff hardens I'll have a good seal and and smoke won't come out. Alright, here's my cemented furnace. It's lit, ready to go, or it's not lit, but it's all set up. So I'm going to try to light it so you guys can see how this is supposed to work, and hopefully it'll work like I want it to. Have a fireplace match. Alright, I did put some tiki fuel inside of here. Sounds like that. Oh, I forgot to open the window outside. Crap. Alright, I'm gonna sit. One thing I forgot to do is we have this plastic over the window to keep the air from coming in and out. And it's over this box, which is good, except these cans get really piss hot, so I need to cut a square out and tape. Alright, here's the furnace. It's lit. It's producing some heat, but it was smoking up the house pretty bad, so I think what I'm going to have to do is instead of using beer cans for the exhaust, I'm going to have to use vegetable cans, which now that I've discovered furnace cement won't be a big deal. So, alright, well, see you again in number 3. I've come to the conclusion that I don't have enough airflow coming into my furnace, which probably means I don't have enough outflow either. So, we saw the, well, I don't know where it is. There's a hanging, oh yeah, here it is. We saw the hanging mechanism here, right, which catches and allows air in. What I'm going to do is make this hole in there. You can't really see the hole, can you? Make the hole bigger, and I'm taking a larger can, putting air vents in there, and I'm going to stick it down in there to where just this bottom part, just this much of it will stick out the bottom. And here we are in my increasingly familiar kitchen for you. Now, I've decided I don't have enough airflow, and as we know, we have this burn chamber. That's not the burn chamber. This burn chamber, which has a catch and air should go in there, but I don't think that's enough air. At least that's what I'm thinking now. And obviously I don't think I have enough exhaust. I just stuffed the bottle in there, and I don't think my exhaust port is really very good. So I'm going to work on the exhaust port, and I'm going to work on the airflow. What I'm going to do is insert this can that I'm cutting air holes into the bottom of the burn chamber. And so the idea is I can light from the bottom something through the holes, and then as it heats up and gets hot, it'll burn material surrounding it. Let's say, okay, pretending this is my burn chamber. Here, I can put this in here, right? And I can light material that's around the can at the bottom, which is the bottom. There's a hole in the bottom in my burn chamber. I'm going to cement that in there, and then as it gets hot and starts to burn and gasify, the hot air coming up through the middle of this will be able to ignite the gases coming off the material that's not quite burning at the very bottom. So, okay, here we have my I don't know, throttle body or carburetor. breather, and I very carefully, I don't know if I can get this off, very carefully cut like an annulus out of the bottom of a coffee can, and I fit it down here. You notice I left some tabs out on the bottom of this where I cut it, and I'm going to cement, we're using furnace cement, this down on there. I'm going to seal this to the can pretty well. Not that it has to be sealed because air's going to flow through it anyway, but I want it to be structurally sound. And then I'm going to either cement or just set this down here in the bottom of my burn chamber, so I get plenty of air, and of course hopefully I'll be able to fit fuel around it and burn it. Alright. Okay, this is my modified burn chamber. If you look down in here, you can see my huge air intake. You can see how there's air holes in there so that I can light the fuel from the bottom, and then it should continue to burn. The one problem we're going to have is fuel space, so I need to put good fuel. I need to be able to pack it in there, and I don't think oxygen is going to be a problem now, so I should be able to do that. I just have to chop it up small. But you know, it saves me $100 to chop up some wood. That's good. And then also another thing you've noticed, there's no catch on the bottom, so I'm going to have to make another catch that fits into my whole stack. And there's a few more things, but you will find out about them later. Alright, what you see here is the new stand for the whole furnace. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he mentioned that, well, it's got to burn some kind of air. And what I don't want it to do is suck cold air into the house through all the cracks, because it has to feed the fire, and I don't want it to breathe cold air in from outside, because then it'll mess up my draft. It might cause a backdraft and blow up. Whatever. So what I have here is a door I can open, and of course the furnace will be on top here, so I'll light the burn chamber from under here. Those are coffee grounds, you might see there. Alright, and then after it's lit, I'm going to close it. Alright, it doesn't have to be perfect really, but I just want it, you know. And then over here, this is going to go to a pipe out the window to suck in cold air, which is denser than warm air anyway. So I'll have more bang for my cubic centimeter, and hopefully that'll work. I need a new exhaust for my, now that I have more air coming in, I need more exhaust coming out. Actually, I need more exhaust than I have air coming in, because I'm combusting it. It's going to be pressurized. So I'm cutting. I already have this duct taped off, so I'm just going to try to cut a circle in it, and hopefully I don't really, I haven't really considered how I'm going to do the other side that well, but we're going to see how it goes, and hopefully it'll be going very well. And of course, with the beer ball, is just stuck in the now going to be inlet to just add a little bit of insulation, although there is a window on the other side, because the window's closed now. Alright. Let's see, I don't know if I can actually videotape this or not. Or actually, there's no tape involved anymore. It's video record, I guess. Here we go. There's that piece. Remember, this box is full of insulation. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna. But hopefully this can. Alright, that'll fit in there. It's a little bit bigger of a hole than I wanted, but I can make it work. Alright, now I kind of missed the action on this one, sorry. But this is my pipe. It's furnace cement around the exhaust part of it, right? But now, since you know they only make Now I make cans in so many sizes. I take this other can, and I don't know if you can't really tell what I've done, but what I did was I sliced it. It's about the same. These cans are about the same size. I sliced it down the edge, cut the bottom out of it, squeezed it tight, furnace cemented the cut, and then wrapped an aluminum foil around the part where the furnace cement was, so the furnace cement wouldn't contact the outer can. Shoved it in the inner can to act like a clamp, and now I'm going to stick it in my oven and slowly bring it up to about 500 degrees. Alright, here we have pretty much, I'm almost done. This is my new pipe. It's going to come up here. The top's open, but I'm going to close it up. Later on, I'm going to open it back up and put a radiator of beer cans, because aluminum will conduct the heat real well. I'm just going to run it right up and hang it from the ceiling. But for now, it's just going to be a steel can, and you can see got cut, and it's going out the window with my new. This can is right. We modified this can to fit in this can, and then I cut this can. These are going to be attached permanently. It's going to be a temporary lid on that. Everything's cemented together. All right, this is our first burn with the new, or my first burn. Well, I mean, you're with me, all right? In the spirit of things, mathematically speaking, this is our first burn with the new sealed up deal. And I put some liquid fuel down in there to kind of get things going, because I really want to make sure that, number one, well, hopefully this won't leak, but I need to make sure that altogether it gets up to about 500 degrees so that all the cement dries. So if it does leak, I can reapply it, but it will be rigid to apply to. So I've caught something. Oh, I need to make sure. I'm going to reline this paint can. Set this camera down before it gets too hot. I gotta move this over a little bit. Okay, here it is. This is there's some other stuff in the box I need to clear up. I gotta clean up because I got a cute girl coming over for dinner. You know, I don't see any smoke coming out of here. At the very beginning, I did have to light it in the air intake down here at the bottom here, which is not what I wanted to do, but I did have to put a small fire down there to get it going. But that's okay. What that means is, well, what happened was I had the outside air input. It's actually closed, but that'll be open at some point. Input and the chokeable inside air intake. That was all connected with duct tape, and so all that melted and burned off, which didn't smell very nice. But so they had a little bit of smoke there. But now this is pretty hot. Well, maybe it's not. It was a second. Yeah, it's going. It's definitely going, and smoke's coming outside, and I don't see any smoke. So now I just gotta figure out what kind of fuels burn best. All right.
Now, is it lit on the inside already, or is it?
Here's a stove. It's lit. Well, I had to light it underneath. underneath. But here's the working stove. It's gonna.
I want to burn your bike down.
Oh. Burn my teeth anyway.
Anyway, it works. And you guys want an appearance on the YouTube?
Okay.
All right. Here's Carson and Lily. Carson gave me some very good advice, mechanical engineering wise, and Lily's just very pretty and cute.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, whole world, and maybe some aliens.
Okay, maybe later.
Turns out that the furnace is working pretty well. The only problem is this is the exhaust. So I don't know if you get like this is the wooden box, and you can see the flame. This is I can't really see yeah, you can kind of see my hand here. So flame shooting out almost as big as my hand. So actually, right now I'm gonna run inside and put something there to shield it from burning the window, setting the house on fire, because we don't want to set the house on fire. Oh, and by the way, don't do this at home.